Monday night, October 4, the date drawing closer and closer when wrestling returns to Madison Square Garden on Monday night, October the 4th, ladies and gentlemen. Scheduled to lock up will be the brothers Strongbow, Jules and Jay, hoping to once again become World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions as they meet the reigning title holders, Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito. Speaking of champions, no doubt Pedro Morales setting his sights on his opposition on the night of Monday night, October 4, Playboy Buddy Rose, #1 contender. And, of course, Andre the Giant, challenged, rivaled, heads up one-on-one by Cowboy Bob Orton. Should be a most interesting matchup. And then, of course, the main event. Superstar Billy Graham, former World Wrestling Federation champion, fighting, clawing, scratching his way all the way back up to the top rung in the ladder. It took him over 4 long years to do it, but he's there now to face the World Wrestling Federation champion, Bob Backlund, in the main event. Our guest now, Mr. Backlund. And Bob Backlund, I'm sure you are keenly aware of the talents of superstar Billy Graham. You knew him as he was 4 years ago, but now a more vicious man, perhaps more determined, no doubt gifted athletically like never before. This man is out for the title as never before.
Yeah, Vince, you know, I have a lot of respect for the man. I don't like some of the things he does, but I do respect the man. I know he's a strong man, and I know after training for one goal for 4.5 years that you got a lot of determination in your head and a lot of confidence in your body. And I'm not going to take this man lightly at all. I want to prove something to all the wrestling fans and to Billy Superstar Graham. But I'm a proud man, too. I've got a lot of heart. Maybe I'm not as strong as him. Maybe I'm not as quick as him. Maybe I'm not as heavy as he is. But by golly, when I get into that ring and I hear them, that applause and those cheers, it gives me a lot of adrenaline, a lot of extra spirit, and the Lord only knows what can happen. So I'm going to get in there and give it 100%, and wrestling has always been good to me. And this martial arts that he's picked up is going to have to combat wrestling.
Thank you very much for joining us, champion Bob Backlund. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we hear from the Grand Wizard of Wrestling and superstar Billy Graham, and the date drawing closer and closer. And Mr. Graham, as the date of October 4 gets closer, is it there a possibility of getting a bit antsy, maybe even a choke?
No, 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 no. No butterflies, no choke, just anticipation. Anticipation. You see, when you've got the killer instinct. Now listen to this. When you got the killer instinct in your heart, like superstar Billy Graham does, when you're not afraid to take your, and I am a martial arts champion, a black belt in karate, when you're not afraid to take this belt and wrap it around a human being's throat and choke him till he's unconscious, when you're not afraid to do that, when you're not afraid to kick a man, when you're not afraid to hit a man until he cries and whimpers like a baby, there is no anticipation, there is no doubt, there's no fear. Superstar, there's no butterflies. I am ready to deliver the superstar chop and take my title back in one quick.
We thank you for your time, the Grand Wizard, along with superstar Billy Graham. Our guest now, ladies and gentlemen, Pedro Morales. Is Pedro ready to defend the title against Playboy Buddy Rose?
You know, Vince, this Rose always come in here bragging, and I have money, I have this, you know. But let me tell you one thing, Vince. Everything what I have, I work hard, and I'm very proud. And Rose, they don't have no money in this earth and can buy the Intercontinental Champion, because your money, you go have to work hard in that ring to take that title away from me. And I hope all the beautiful people here in New York coming to give me strong support. New York fans, they are the greatest in the world, and Madison Square Garden and New York is like my second home.
No doubt, Pedro, you always give it 1,000%. Your brand of exciting professional wrestling, it's heads up straight at someone. Not, of course, the brand of Playboy Buddy Rose. You're going to have to be careful of him. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much, Vince, and we're going to be ready for him.
Pedro Morales meets Playboy Buddy Rose. Cowboy Bob Orton, ladies and gentlemen, scheduled to meet Andre the Giant. Unfortunately, Mr. Orton, sorry to say that we're out of time.
What do you mean we're out of time? Hey,
perhaps.
Andre the Giant's the one who's out of time, you big 7'4" geek.